Hello and welcome everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in. This is a screencast schematic presentation and recording for the part of the lesson that has us looking at an introduction overview of Europe, geography, history, and culture. Before we get started, please let me encourage you to open up to today's lesson and to scroll down the correct section and get ready to answer the key concept questions and complete the exercises that correspond with this reading. Please remember that you can replay any part of this presentation for detailed clarity or repetition later on. Let's go ahead and get started. Welcome to Europe. An introduction. Europe is comprised of 3.93 million square miles, with a population count of an estimated 740 million people, with 46 countries and the highest point being Mount Everest at 18,510 feet, and also the longest river being the Volga River at 2,294 miles. Europe is in fact unlike any other place in the world. Europe is the second smallest continent, but it is the third largest population. The continent is bordered by the Arctic Ocean to the north, the Atlantic Ocean to the west, the Mediterranean Sea to the south, and Asia to the east. The majority of people in Europe have European ancestors, and nearly 10% of its population are people with African or Asian ancestors. Europe is a wealthy continent and has the largest economy too. Most people enjoy good healthcare and educational services. The countries in Central and Eastern Europe are poorer and less developed than in Western Europe. Did you know? Europe is the only continent without deserts. Also, Europe is comprised of most countries that use the same currency, the euro. The name Europe actually comes from an ancient Greek goddess, Europa. And Russia is located in both Europe and Asia. The Ural Mountains separate the two continents accordingly. You may at this time proceed to answer the questions and complete the exercises, and when you're finished, resume to the next reading. Let's resume to the next reading, on cities. Here are some of the most iconic cities of Europe that you might have heard of before. Monaco. Monaco is a tiny city-state in the south of France. Monaco is a principality, and a principality is a state that is ruled by a prince, and the current prince of Monaco is Prince Albert II. Monaco is known to be a playground for the rich and famous, and is also famous for its casino and Grand Prix. And down here is Barcelona. Barcelona is a city located on the Mediterranean coast. The architectural works of Antoni Gaudi, such as the Sagrada Familia and the Casa Batlló, are the attractions of the city. The city is also home to FC Barcelona, one of the best football teams in the world. And down here is Venice. Venice is a city in Italy, and during the Middle Ages, from 476 to 1500 AD, Venice was an important trading center. The city was built on 118 small islands, which are separated by 150 canals. Many tourists visit Venice each year to see its beautiful churches and squares, or take a ride along the canals in a gondola. And then there's Milan. Milan is the most populous city in Italy. The city is widely regarded as the capital of design and fashion. It is home to many fashion brands such as Gucci, Versace, Prada, and Armani. And down here is Istanbul. Istanbul is in the city of the European side of Turkey. The Bosporus Strait separates Europe and Asia, and the city has a very long history. Between 330 and 1453 AD, it was the capital of the Eastern Roman Empire, or the Byzantine Empire. During that time, its name was Constantinople. And after the Roman Empire fell, it became the capital of the Ottoman Empire, and its name was changed to Istanbul. At this time, you may proceed to answer the key concept questions or complete the exercises, and then resume to the next reading. Let's resume to the next reading. On attractions. Here in Europe, of course, you'll find the Neuschwanstein Castle in Germany. Neuschwanstein Castle was built in Bavaria in the south of Germany in the 19th century, and it served as the residence of King Ludwig II, whose crazy behavior gave him the name Mad King Ludwig. Neuschwanstein really looks like a fairy tale castle, and when it was built in the 19th century, castles no longer had a strategic or defensive purpose, so King Ludwig II built the castle in honor of Richard Wagner, a renowned composer. Down here's the Parthenon. The Parthenon is a temple that was built by the ancient Greeks. It is located on top of the largest or highest hill in the city of Athens, the Acropolis. The temple was constructed around 1300 BC. Down here's the Eiffel Tower. In France, the Eiffel Tower was built in 1889 and designed by Gustave Eiffel. The 1,050-foot tower was the tallest building in the world until the Empire State Building was completed in 1931. It took 2 years and around 300 workers to put over 18,000 pieces of iron together to complete the structure. And up here's the Colosseum. The Colosseum was built during the Roman Empire in 80 AD, and the stadium was built to hold violent battles with gladiators and wild animals, and the ancient Romans enjoyed watching bloody fights, and in most cases the loser of the fight would die. The stadium could seat around 50,000 people. Down here's the Sagrada Familia in Spain. And the Sagrada Familia in Barcelona was designed by Gaudi. The construction of this massive church started in 1882 and has been under construction ever since. When the church is finished, there will be 18 towers, 12 of which are dedicated to the apostles, 4 to the evangelists, 1 to Jesus, and 1 to Mary. Down here is the Tower Bridge. The Tower Bridge crosses the Thames River in the center of London, and it has 2 towers that are tied together at the upper level. The construction started in 1886 and lasted 8 years, and the central span of the bridge can be raised to let ships pass. At this time, you may proceed to answer the key concept questions and complete the exercises. And when you're finished, you may resume with the next and final reading. Let's resume with the next and final reading. On the European Union and the Eurozone. The European Union, or the EU, is a group of 27 European countries that work together economically and politically. Its capital city is Brussels, and every 5 years, EU citizens elect a new European Parliament. The EU has created a single market with laws that are the same for every member state. There are no passport controls between most countries, and this is called the Schengen area, and it includes 22 EU and 4 non-EU countries. The European Union aims to ensure the free movement of people and goods, but also to have a common foreign and security policy too. The Eurozone, also called Euro area, is a group of 19 countries that use the euro as their national currency. This currency union is a part of the European Union, but not every member is part of the Eurozone. And there are some countries that are not members of the European Union nor the Eurozone, but still use the euro as their currency. These countries are Montenegro, Andorra, San Marino, Monaco, and the Vatican City. The European Central Bank, or ECB, is responsible for managing the euro too. So there you guys have it. Some key things that might help you to know about the geography, history, and culture of Europe before we jump in and delve deeper for the rest of the year. Thank you very much for tuning in, and good luck with completing the rest of the lesson.